Have you seen any family? No family has come?
I haven't seen anyone coming or going from there.
All right, so Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell has not been heard from or seen in over 3 weeks since he was hospitalized back in mid-June. And now here we are weeks later, and still, according to sources, there is no definitive or independently verifiable proof of life showing that Senator McConnell is around after his June 14th hospitalization. And apparently, he is still in the hospital.
Desiree Townsend here again outside of George Washington University Hospital as we mark week 3 of the hospitalization of Senator Mitch McConnell following the June 14th medical emergency. As you can see behind me, the Capitol Hill police vehicles, these black vehicles, are still parked outside the hospital here, an indication that he is likely also still here.
Now, that video right there is from Desiree Townsend, who has also been making some pretty interesting claims about McConnell's wife and the CCP being involved and China communist takeover. So again, we'll take everything we have here with a grain of salt because there is no proof. But on that note of no proof, we're going to hear from Laura Loomer, the Trump bootlicker and MAGA loyalist, who leaked earlier today that a high-level source close to the White House tells her that, quote, Mitch McConnell is officially brain dead. He's not coming back. Now, of course, it's Laura Loomer we're talking about here, so this could all be a bunch of BS. Laura Loomer is out there, right? And this is her next statement on that note. She says, a very high-level source told me that Mitch McConnell is officially brain dead and machines are keeping him alive, but he is in a vegetative and never coming back. So why is his wife, Elaine Chao, in China instead of by his side? Is she a Chinese CCP spy? How does the wife of one of the most powerful U.S. senators just travel to China? Is she coming back from China? Who is she meeting in China? Will she be the one to pull their plug? Dude! This story is already strange enough, right? And now they're talking all about these claims of communist Chinese spies. It's just, wow, right? It's a lot. Just take a look here at this clip where we learn that, according to his neighbors, no one has been seen at Mitch McConnell's house for weeks. Take a look.
Everything happened. I didn't see him come out, but
oh, you saw the paramedics here?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen any family? No family has come?
I haven't seen anyone coming or going from there.
Yeah, because I know his Capitol Police detail, they're over at the hospital, so I just thought so his wife, Elaine Chao, was found in China 3 days after he went into cardiac arrest. So we're trying to figure out where she is. It doesn't look like she has come back to the house. So I was wondering, have you seen her at all?
No, I haven't seen anyone.
And if it couldn't get any weirder, Mitch McConnell's eldest daughter has now just deleted all of her social media accounts as speculation is mounting about her father's status, right? And as of today, July 6th, as of the time of recording this, there is still police presence outside of the hospital and no change on his statement from his team.
Out of the hospital here, because honestly, we're not being given really any information from his family, and his office is just repeating the same canned, he's doing well on his recovery, but the odds are less than 5% an 84-year-old man can recover after a out of hospital cardiac arrest event.
Adam Cochran has been doing a real good job following the story, and he writes, quote, maybe McConnell isn't dead. Totally possible, in which case he is either mentally incapacitated or unconscious. An 80-plus-year-old man does not bounce back from a cardiac arrest, CPR, in 3 weeks in the hospital. That cover-up would be just as immoral as his staff have an obligation to file his resignation if he is unfit to serve. The 3-month survival rate for 80-year-olds who had a cardiac arrest is less than 3%. Of those, many never regain self-sufficient function. He's either gone, has one foot out the door, or is unfit to be in the Senate. And just like with Feinstein, pretending it isn't the case serves no one. It is time for Congress to demand his resignation or to verify proof of life and function. And you might be wondering, as well as me, like, okay, well, what the fuck do Republicans have to gain from keeping us all in the dark and just, lie about his state and, him being alive in the first place? Well, according to Cochran, there are 2 reasons that they might not want to update us on McConnell's condition. He states that in Kentucky, a special election to replace a senator will not be called if it's closer than 3 months till the next election. That date is August 3rd, less than a month away. So, if McConnell's condition is clearly unfit for office, they'd hide that to avoid being forced to submit a resignation letter until after that date. And the second is if McConnell has not regained consciousness or has the chance of oxygen-induced brain death and is on artificial life support, they would try, and in Kentucky, brain death is legally considered death. And 2 independent physicians need to declare that patient dead for the purposes of the position to be vacated. But his next of kin, his wife, Chao, would need to be involved in the process, and she has been in China for the last few weeks, 3 days after his hospitalization. But according to Mitch McConnell's staff, all is well and good. They say, quote, that Mitch McConnell appreciates the outpouring of support he's receiving while he continues his recovery in the hospital. The senator continues to improve and is working closely with his staff on Kentucky and Senate matters while the Senate is out of session. And yet, at the same time, Adam Cochran writes that that is the same statement that they wrote last week. A statement from his staff in the third person. He is working closely with his staff, but is unable to give any specific statements or any videos or pictures or anything like that. And what's so strange about all of this is that McConnell has not released a statement himself, right? No pictures, videos, anything. And if he was in this state, if he was awake and working with his staff and appreciated all of the condolences and whatever it may be, and he was hearing about this buzz that he was potentially dead, don't you think that he would come out and say something to dispel the narrative? Unless, of course, you're unable to. Again, this is all conjecture, right? But if this were the case that McConnell had passed away, they would need to run a special election if he had passed away before August 3rd. And you might see where I'm going with this, but which Kentucky politician could hilariously step up to the plate and just make this a whole can of worms? That's right, I'm talking Thomas Massie, baby, who is still getting shit from Trump almost 2 months after he lost his primary, with Massie posting this image with the caption, "I lost my primary 6 weeks ago, but the rent is still free," in his head. And it's this post about Donald Trump basically going in and he says, Lynch has hooked himself up to Massie and now Marjorie Taylor Greene, circus freaks in the anti-Trump show. They're anti-Israel and anti-Trump to the core. So he's still just dogging on Massie. Obviously, I would want a progressive or something, obviously, to run, but we live in hell. So Thomas Massie in the Senate would at least be kind of fun. Because, as pointed out here, anyone can register as an independent and run in the special election, including someone like Thomas Massie, where Adam Cochran writes, if McConnell vacated before August the 3rd cutoff, it could be a special election, and anyone could run, including Massie, which would split the Republican vote, giving him or maybe even the Dem the chance at the plurality. But if McConnell's seat is not vacated before the 3rd by legally stepping down or in a signed death certificate, then it's too close to the next election, and it rules out a special election, which bars any new registrations at that point. So this is just, it's so weird, right? And then, of course, his wife is in China this whole time. Why isn't she not back if her husband is supposedly dying? But is there conspiracies? What's going on right now, right? Hassan Piker has also commented on this whole insane situation. Take a look.
But she went beast mode. She beasted on him. She did a public appearance with the motherfucking vice president, bro. Dude, can you imagine a Democrat? I have traveled to China. I'm a Turkish American citizen. Republicans get away with everything. Republicans get away with everything. What do you think they talked about? I don't know. Normalizing China-U.S. relations, which I don't have an issue with. This is the most Erica Kirk moment I have seen. Dude, I swear to God, Republican wives are also Republican operatives themselves, and they're fucking straight demonic.
This whole story just baffles me. And really, I just want to know, and I feel like most people just want to know, is he alive? And if he is alive, proof. Please, any form of proof beyond just a statement from his team that is in the third person, right? Please, right? It's just, please, anything. But I want to hear your thoughts about this story because, again, what the hell is going on, right? So be sure to leave a comment below with your thoughts. I would love to hear them. And if you like the video, be sure you subscribe down below and also leave a like. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I really appreciate it. I'm Iago Lashua. Have a good day. Goodbye.